So I'm so happy that you came and you agreed to do this. I do feel like it's so funny how, not funny, but like we met in my bridal shop.
Yes, for my wedding.
You bought your dress from me.
Yes, I did.
You were one of the prettiest brides, hands down.
Oh,
Like top 3 prettiest brides I had in that shop. I remember you walking in and just
love that
being like,
dress.
"Loved that dress."
Love that dress. Love it was nothing I
It was a
wanted.
Waters. I remember it,
Oh,
W2
yeah.
by Waters.
Mhm.
I remember, like, every detail of that dress. That
Nothing I wanted, not one thing that I wanted in a dress, and it was
Yeah, but that's
and
shockingly
everybody told me that.
how it worked with a lot of my
Yes.
brides,
Mhm.
where, like, they would come in and have, like, this one very specific idea or, like, look in mind,
Nothing
and I'd be
that they
like,
go home
"Just
with.
try this on
Yeah.
just to see," so you could say, like,
I
"I
think
did it."
you were the one that said, you're like, because I wanted an open back, and you're like, "Please just try this on for me." And I was like, "Alright, whatever." I tried it on, I was like,
Well, cause like, your body type too, like, I, like, knew.
"I loved it."
Yeah.
Beautiful. It was gorgeous.
So that was, like, how many years? That was 8
Mm,
years ago? 9
yeah.
years ago?
Yeah, it was
What year did you guys get married?
2016. We got married in 2017. So, yeah, I got it in 2016.
So, yeah, so 8
6 months
so
before.
9 years ago. How old was Cam?
He wasn't even 1 yet. He turned
He was a
1.
baby.
He turned 1. We got married the day after his birthday, his first birthday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay, so you guys got married you were 22 when you got married? How
yeah.
old were you?
23. I just turned 23 because I had him at 22, and then we got married at 23.
And then you got married, and how did the marriage go in the beginning? Was
And
it
I think we did what we thought was the right thing. Do you know what I mean? We were friends, we dated, we got pregnant, we had a baby, bought a house. It was just kind of like the next step.
Yep,
And we never had a demise to our relationship.
right.
Do you know what I mean? We never fought. We never. He was a great dad. I was a good mom. I still am a good mom. But like we were fine. We were fine. I think we were so young,
Yeah.
so unbelievably young. And then you get to a point where it's like the person that you are when you're 19 years old, you are not the same person at 27, five for
This
that matter.
like, I will die on this hill. I say this all the time. I'm even starting to talk to my kids about it,
Yeah.
like Luke and Serafina, the older ones, because, I mean, I think, like, our society has failed us, like, on so many levels, but, like, that is one of the areas that I'm like, "Why were we led to believe as young adults, AKA still, like, technically children, and, like, growing up our entire lives that, like, there was this very specific time frame
Oh God,
for
yeah.
when it was, like, socially
They made it.
expected
You made it at that
to
time.
yes, to have
Mhm.
like, be successful in a career and be in a relationship and get married and start having children and have a home
Mm.
and, like, all of the things, and looking back on it, I'm like, that is, to me, one of the most fucked up things because, like you said, I didn't know I was still a kid when I was 21. I had Luca when I was just shy of 22, like, a couple weeks shy of 22.
I was 21 in 13 days, and I'm going home with a newborn. Like
Literally,
it's crazy to me.
crazy.
Insane.
And it's one thing because for me, like, so I got pregnant with Luca, it was my senior year
Same.
of college.
Same.
So, I'll never forget, like, it was the day before I was supposed to be coming no, it was the day that I was supposed to be coming home for Christmas break.
Ugh.
And I was so sick. I had finals that whole week, and I was so sick taking the finals, like, I missed my one final, and, I was like, "Is it just because 'cause I'm exhausted because, like, I'm trying to pull these all-nighters, like, studying for my finals and blah, blah, blah?" I was like, "This is different." Like,
You
sick.
can tell.
I was sick.
You can tell. I woke up the one morning and I was like, I haven't. Was fresh 21. You're at all these
Oh,
bars. You're doing all these things. I'm like, I haven't been out. Like, why do I feel?
right.
Maybe I have a stomach bug, whatever. And my sister, she was like, "Do you want to take a pregnancy test?" And I'm like, "No, no, there's no way." Sure as shit,
Mhm.
I was, and I'm like, I just turned 21.
Yep.
I was just at a Halloween party a
Huh?
week ago, and now I'm what?
Yep.
Like,
And I was the last one of all my friends to turn 21.
same.
So it was the worst
Same.
because, like, Penn State, trying to get into a Penn State bar with a fake ID, like, you have a better chance of, like, getting into, like, the Vatican.
I got my first fake ID taken away at Penn State.
I've
It's
had
probably still
and
in
have been chased
Yes.
by
Yes.
multiple security
Yes.
for trying to hand them a fake ID
Mhm.
because they wanted to then keep me captive until they called the cops to, like, come
course.
and, you know. So, like, that was my whole junior and, like, sophomore and junior year at college, and then I didn't turn 21 until the first week of my senior year.
Mhm.
So I was like,
You're the baby.
I was the baby, but then I turned 21 and it was, like, life-changing for me.
Yeah.
Whole new world, whole new window of opportunity
The
opened.
cage is open.
The cage is fully open.
Yep. Especially down at Penn State. Oh my
Girl,
God knew to put me at Misericordia for my 21st birthday and not
I don't know
'cause
how I
I've-
survived 4 years there, like, genuinely.
It's
I
like a
look
decade
back
off your life,
now,
probably.
and it was the best 4 years of my
Oh,
life,
for sure.
but, like, I was, like, sorority girl, like,
As you should be.
I mean, like, the shit that I just don't know.
Yeah.
But so like, it took a lot to put me down.
Mm-hmm.
I was in, like, physically my prime, like,
Oh.
we would be out on a Friday night until 2:00 in the morning and
Mhm.
then be up at 8 AM ripping shots of Vladimir to pregame
Yes.
to get ready for the game at noon.
Yep.
And so for me to feel sick like that,
You knew.
like, I knew something was off.
And I'm sure with your pregnancies moving forward, you knew because it's just
Oh.
a different
It's a different kind of sickness.
feeling. Your body knows. It's like you're like, it's not shutting down, but it's close.
Right.
Like, I don't feel like the person that I am every day.
It's a totally different type of feeling. But when it's your first time, it's very hard to, like,
well, yeah.
understand what
And
it is.
Fresh 21, you're like, there's no
way.
No
My
way.
dad, so here's what happened with me. Like, so I was on birth control.
I was too with my
But
first.
I was switching from my mom's insurance plan to
Mhm.
my dad's insurance plan. And my dad mailed me my insurance card in the mail. And of course, it was like the week period where, like, I was supposed to be going to pick up my new pack. So I went to the pharmacy. I went to CVS on College Avenue, walked in to get my birth control pill. They're like,
Here
it's
I
going to be
am.
$50. I was like, absolutely not.
Spear money.
Literally $50.
And at 21, $50
At 20,
is
are you kidding me?
$1,500
In
now.
2000, in 2006,
Yeah.
in 2005,
I could have a great
imagine what
business.
$50 got you at Penn
Mhm.
State in 2005. So I was like, no, thank you, sir. I'll be back in, like, 2 days when I get my insurance card in the mail. I'm not paying
Nothing
$50.
out of pocket. Are you crazy?
Crazy.
I mean, that's me now.
And again, like, I was on it for so long, I thought, like,
Yeah, what?
a couple days? Like,
Yeah.
so that's what I did. Like, I went back in a couple days when I got my new insurance card and picked up my pack and, like, started it and, like, thought everything was fine. And that's how I got pregnant.
Mhm.
But I was a child still. And again, like, technically an adult, I guess, but a full-blown child.
No, because you're not supposed to know life at 21.
I still am. I'm 37 years old, and I still am every single day
Learning something.
about myself, about the world, about relationships, about, like, literally everything.
Yeah.
I'm learning every day. And I think it's a good thing to be able to say, like, I'm not the same person today as I was yesterday, right? But yeah, it does make you look back at, like, when you're that young, and making the decision to keep Luca was obviously the best decision I ever made in
Yeah.
my life. But the societal pressures of,
Oh.
like, well, you have to try to make this relationship work,
Yes.
like, you got pregnant and you had a
Mhm.
child together, so you got to make it work. And then it's like, you're not the same. Like, I look back at the guys that I was even, like, attracted to, or the type of personality, or not even
I
the
mean,
it's not even the physical appearance. It's
Even
like,
the person you were, though,
I don't even know,
she's not even a thought anymore.
a totally different
Mhm.
person, unrecognizable.
Mhm. And I'm sure you feel the same way about your first as I do with mine. He had all versions of me.
Every single one.
And I look at him, I'll get emotional.
I know.
about
I'm
it.
the same way, girl.
Ugh.
You're telling me.
'Cause
I know.
He is like, I will never say I have a favorite, But I look at him and I'm like, you got me at all stages.
He changed my whole entire life.
Oh my God.
Like, and still continue, like,
Every
every
day.
day,
Every day.
he is like my and now, like, he's my man of the house. Like, I know I'll cry. He is it's and it's like, I have these moments where I feel bad putting that on his shoulders,
Mhm.
where I feel this, like, guilt as a mom of being like, "Well, you're the man of the house now." But I think it's good for their character development. I think especially the way that we're seeing men come out today, it's like, I am like, I feel guilty for making him feel like he needs to hold a certain level of responsibility, but I also feel like I'm doing a good thing for him in the long run
In the
because
world.
the
Truthfully.
world, his future wife, like, I
Truthfully.
feel like it's, like, a good thing that I'm doing that.
I am telling you, and I don't even think that you even have to instill that in him. I think just
Oh,
because
innately.
he
It's
just
there.
does it. Like, I'm bringing groceries in. You think my second one's helping me?
No.
No, it's my first. He has the door open. He has his hands full. He's like, "Can I help you? What can I do?" And I don't instill that in him, but I let him know that, like, him doing that is exactly what he should be
Yep.
doing. And I don't know if that's, like, the encouragement that he needs to keep doing what he's doing, but he will hands down be my ride or die no matter what. I could do the most, and I have, and, like, I'm sure there's things you've done, especially with your first, that you're like, "Holy shit." Like, you look back
Yeah.
and you're like, "I didn't do that,"
Yep.
because the mother you are today is not the mother that you were. How old is he now?
15.
That's insane, but you are not the mom that you were 15 years ago, nor are you the person that you were when you first got married to your first husband, like, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
he loves you in all those stages of your life.
It's the most truly, and all of my kids,
Mhm.
I think all my kids love me unconditionally. I feel it more for my boys in
Oh,
particular. I feel like
there's
Luca
nothing
is
better.
like, it's a different level because again, I've walked through my entire adulthood with that
Mhm,
child, entire adulthood.
mhm.
Like you said, like he has seen
Agree.
every
Mhm,
single version of me. The good, the bad, the really bad,
mhm.
the broken, the healed, the happy, the sad, unhinged,
Yeah.
the sick,
Oh,
the healthy. Like he has seen every single version of me and has loved me
adores you.
so unconditionally and would literally throw that child, and I would never, ever ask for or want my children to ever sacrifice themselves for me in any way, shape, or form.
But he
Like
would.
he without a
You wouldn't even
without a
yeah.
slight hesitation or second thought. The
Mhm.
kid would hurl his entire body in front of a bus for me to save me in point 0.5 seconds. And again, I would never ever want that, obviously, but it does make me feel good because it makes me feel like that tells me that he, regardless of all of the crazy stuff that we've been through
All his
together,
shit.
regardless of all of it, I've always made him feel loved
Yeah, and
and protected. And I think he
you're his
now
safe
wants to like
place.
make like he now feels for whatever reason that responsibility or reciprocation towards me where it's like this woman, like my mom was like there for me through everything. She
Yeah.
loved me, she cared for me, she chose me when she didn't have to. Like she like sacrificed so much for me and he on his own accord and it's not out of like this like, this
I
like fear being
yeah,
instilled in him or
yeah,
it's like you have to respect me, I'm your parent, you have to respect me,
yeah.
I'm your mother.
And I'm sure there was times as he's in the last 15 years where you're like, "I'm your mom."
Yeah, where he gets a little like testy
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Reel it in.
pipe down.
I just had this conversation with my almost 10-year-old a couple weeks ago. He got a little mouthy with
Mhm.
me, and I looked at him and I said, I'm gonna let you have what you
Mhm.
just said, but let's reel it in
Yeah,
for a second. Let's know who you're talking
right.
to." And within 5 minutes, he's like, "Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that to you. I
And
shouldn't have said that."
that's the biggest indicator for me.
But I love
It's that
that.
empathy,
And
right?
it's the
It's something
acknowledgement.
that it's learned. I think it was for me, Luca, I think it was something he was already like innately like he was born with, but
Mhm.
I think that it's not something that I ever had to bash into my kids' heads because they just saw
Yeah.
through the way that I act and the way that I treat people, how to communicate and treat people and
Yeah.
how to apologize when you're wrong and
Yeah.
how to like feel emotions and not, be afraid to admit when you're wrong and not be afraid to apologize. And so like I've never with him ever once had to say to him like you need to apologize to me.
Yeah.
Like I've had to do it with Serafina a
Oh,
lot.
you're gonna have that one kid.
A lot.
I mean, I only have 2. I shouldn't say only, but I think of 4 kids and I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's been times where I'm like, "Okay, say sorry to your brother for
Mhm.
bashing him off the
Oh,
wall
yeah.
for no reason."
Yep.
But I can genuinely say as a mom, when they do something wrong, they can
They feel it
acknowledge that
and they
they
know
are.
it, yeah.
And I don't know if you feel the same way, but, like, as a mom, my one of my hardest things that I've had to go through is saying I'm sorry to my kids. Like, if I do something, like,
Mhm.
acknowledging that I kind of fucked up a little
Yep.
bit. And I know in the last couple of years, I've made it a
A
point
point to do it.
to do it.
I'm the same way.
And I've noticed it in their behavior too,
It
especially with me.
1000 it
Mhm.
makes all of the difference, and I
It is.
realize that because again, like, you learn from, what you watch
Oh,
other people around you do. So,
100%.
for me as a child, my whole life growing up, my parents never apologized to me, ever.
Yeah.
Even when they were wrong, even when if they lashed out, towards me for something that had nothing to even do with me, if it was
Mhm.
like my mom was just having a bad day with my dad, like we bore the brunt of that.
Yeah.
There was no apology that followed up saying like, "Guys, I'm so sorry. Mommy just had like a really bad day and you didn't do anything wrong. It was just me and I had a bad day and I took it out on you and I shouldn't have done that." Like I didn't learn how to apologize to my children through, learned behavior because my
Mhm.
parents never apologized to me. My mom, well, like now it's different. Like, well, not with my dad. My mom now is very different.
Yeah.
She acknowledges, she apologizes. Like my dad, like he would, say things, do things inadvertently, intentionally, never apologize.
Yeah.
Never say, "I'm so sorry for hurting your feelings," or "I'm so sorry for saying that," or "I'm so sorry
Mhm.
for it." So as a grown adult, it was like I had to reprogram my
Oh my
entire
god.
like way of like thinking and way of coping and way of communicating. And because I just I knew that I didn't want my kids to be raised with the beliefs or the understandings or the mindset that me and my brothers were
Yeah.
raised. And so, like, I really had to sit back and look at how that went with my parents and be like, okay, what did they do when we were kids and how did they react? How did they respond? And like, now how do I do that differently with my kids to ensure that they don't end up the way that me
Yes.
and my brothers did? And now as grown adults, having to like
Yeah.
reprogram our entire selves. Like, I don't want my kids to have to reprogram
Yeah. And
themselves.
I'm sure, like, there's gonna be times in our kids' lives when they're older and our age, and they're gonna be like, "I don't love how mom did
Oh,
that."
1000%.
Like,
1000%. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. There's no such thing as a perfect person. But that's the other thing I also make sure that I always communicate with them. Like, if someone does fly off or there's an argument or something said and there's apologies, I always try to let them know, like, guys, listen, it's like you're a human being.
Mm.
You're a human being.
Yeah.
It's okay to have bad days. It's okay to say things you don't mean. It's okay to be upset or angry or sad or mad or have these feelings. As long as you acknowledge what it's, and I don't fuck with empty apologies. I do not fuck with empty apologies. So if you're apologizing for something, you're going to verbalize what it is that you're apologizing for. So like,
Correct.
and now I don't even have to explain that to them. Like Luca will say like, "Mom, I'm really sorry for saying that. Like I didn't mean that. I
My
should have
kids do
never
the
said that."
same thing.
Like they specify what it is that they are
Yeah.
sorry for and why they feel bad about it
That's amazing.
because I don't do empty like, "I'm sorry." Like for what? And so
Mhm.
again, that's the conversations that I have with them. It's like you acknowledge where you went wrong, like how you hurt the person, you apologize for it, and then you move in a way that you try to work every single
Mhm.
day to improve and like not continue the same patterns, not
Yeah.
continue the same. So like if you're apologizing for something and then you're doing it again the next day or the day after, like that's not a
Yes.
real apology.
Yes, for
And
sure.
that's how I also know that they're genuine when they apologize for things because they're not repeat offenses.
Mhm.
Like they really are trying to be more self-aware
Yes.
in how they're acting, how they're talking to people, how they're responding to situations. And so again, it's like, I mean, I'm definitely not the perfect parent, but like it does feel good at the end of the
There isn't
day
any.
to like see that you're
Yeah.
doing the best you
I hate
can.
to break it to you. I hate to break it to everybody.
No, anybody that
There
thinks
is
that, no.
not, and I think social media makes it really hard because you look at all these families, and especially being a single mom, you're like,
That's the worst part for me.
it's terrible.
I don't get, so like, I don't have imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate. Like, I'm very like confident in who I am and comfortable with who I am. And I don't ever look at people, I don't ever look at women and say, like, I wish I looked like that. I wish I had these material things. I wish I lived a life like that. The only time it ever, if
Family.
ever, creeps in is when I see certain moments. And I think it's especially around like, like special occasions, right?
Holidays.
Christmas, like
Yes.
birthdays,
Holidays.
holidays, where it like it'll, and even though I know half of them are not, it's just a picture that is a cover for a very unhappy
Social
life. And I
dialogue.
know that.
Yeah.
I know that. But it still sometimes is hard seeing it and, wanting it or wishing that.
I think everybody wants that.
Well,
Like
yeah.
the picture perfect family, Christmas morning, blah, blah, blah. But as a single mom, you're sharing your kid. And somebody asked me the other day about like me being excited for Christmas. And I was like, yeah, no, I am. Like for my kids, like it's
Mhm.
great. But
It's
I
different.
see my kids half of the day. Or there's some holidays where I'm like, you know what, I don't want them moving around constantly.
Right.
You stay
And
with.
I'll get them
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I'll get them tomorrow. But I think it's important that, like, I know my kids especially have told me, they're like, we'll just do this with you. And it, like, they think every day is like,
And that's the thing. You have to like remind yourself, like
Yeah.
it's literally a
it's
date
one,
on a calendar, and you can recreate those experiences and have that
Yeah.
holiday or have that on any other day of the week,
Yeah.
of the month, of the year. And so I'm the same way. I try to remind myself, like,
It's
it's
so hard,
just a
though.
date. It's just a date. It's just a date. But it's so hard. And
It's
this is
so
going to
hard.
be the first year because last Christmas, we alternate holidays. Last year, it was like Adam had them for Thanksgiving, which, like, I don't care about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I had the kids for Christmas. So this year, I don't have, I have all 4 kids are
Not with you.
not with me on Christmas. And I'm like, I've been thinking about this literally since like the end of August, I think, where I'm like, what do I do? Like, do I go, do
Mhm.
I leave town? But then it's like, but I'm getting them the next day. Like,
Where
but
do
I'm
I
like,
go?
where do I go? What do I
have
do
to
with
go
myself?
somewhere.
Like,
I know.
so I'm like I've been in my head about it pretty bad, but it's hard. But I also, aside from trying to remind myself it's just a day, it's just a date on a calendar, I also try to remind myself I'd rather be than spending Christmas with a man who
Playing a narrative.
it was just, yeah, like I felt
Motion.
so much lonelier.
Mhm.
I felt so much lonelier towards the end of my marriage with
Mhm.
him than I do now
Being alone.
being actually alone.
Mhm.
And so that's the other thing I try to like tell myself. It's like that was so depressing.
Mhm.
Like that was so sad for me. I was sitting there opening Christmas presents with a man and my kids, and it just felt like so like weird and empty and
Like an outer body
hollow.
experience.
It was a literal, like I was
Yeah.
physically there going through the motions, but there was no, like, it was not enjoyable. It was very depressing and like very sad. So like that's the other thing I try to remind myself of. But I mean, it is what it is.
Genuinely think, and I think it has happened since I'm getting older and spending more time alone with myself, that I don't hate myself.
Oh, I love myself.
I'm like finally at the
I've never
point.
loved myself like
Yeah.
this ever in my life. I think I always thought that I did.
Oh, because you're like
You don't know though. Like I thought I
Yeah.
had confidence.
and you're like, oh, I'm a bad bitch. Like I'm fine. Like I'm good. And then like the
I was
second my
not.
house is empty, I'm like, I have to go somewhere. have
I
to do
was
something."
not. I was so codependent. I was
Oh,
so
yeah, I
reliant
was the
on
same
other
way.
people's and that's so this is where I think I got it confused because I always thought like I don't care about public perception of me.
Correct. I
But
was the same
that's
way.
different than caring about or needing validation from any like
And
I didn't care about the public perception,
Mhm.
but I still required validation,
Yes.
love, acceptance from somebody else who was not me.
Correct.
And that's where I confused self-love.
Yeah.
I thought because I didn't care about the general public perception of me that
You were good.
I loved myself and I wasn't worried,
Uh-huh.
but I was not.
No.
My entire everything hinged on this very small circle of men, really, men
Mhm.
in my life who, should have just loved me unconditionally and I shouldn't have had to like,
Yeah, but I
perform and like jump through hoops for them to
for
like,
sure.
but that everything hinged on that.
And I think that's why I, especially after my divorce, like when you're with somebody for so long and either you're not getting the validation you need in your marriage, as soon as you get that green light and you're pulling from all these places and you get one bite and you're like, oh, he said something nice
That's
to
it.
me. And I saw a podcast the other day and it was like women start like they meet a man and they have them at 100% as soon as they meet them. And then after they start doing things, then their number goes down a little
Yep.
bit. As men, they meet a woman and we're at 0. And as women, we try to work ourselves up to get to that 100, to get to that top.
Right, but why?
And I think this is that's probably why I haven't dated, but
Well,
I think
right.
this is the first time in my life where I'm like, no, like if
Mhm.
somebody's gonna want me, they're gonna want me for me.
Yeah.
All the shit that comes with
Yep.
me. And if they don't, I don't really
It's
care.
the most freeing,
It's
liberating
on the planet,
feeling.
especially when you rely on somebody's opinion.
And I did
so
that my
much.
whole life, like,
Oh,
again,
same,
and that was,
same.
like, my growing from childhood, like, with my
Oh, yeah.
dad, like, always feeling
Mhm.
like I had to earn his love that he never really gave to me ever. It was just like I had to work for it,
Yep.
work for it, work for it. You have to earn it. You have to prove yourself. You have to earn it. So I was just raised with that mentality that, like, that's what you had to do for a man's
Yep.
love. I didn't know or understand that it was something that should have just been so freely given to you and just for who you are, not for, the performance that you're
Mhm.
putting on. And if you come out and perform really well one day, you're going to get more love and acknowledgement from them. And if you come out and underperform the next day, you're going to get put down by
You're
them
gonna get shot
and get
down.
shit on and
Yeah.
like less love. So like that was my mentality. And now it's like you said, you get what you get. And I come out the gate. I'm the same person I am from the first time you meet me to 6
Yes.
months in to 2 years in, because I'm like, why would I waste anybody's time?
Correct.
Like, why am I going to go into something, putting on a performance or an actor being somebody that I'm not, and say you then on that basis connect with somebody, and then the mask starts to slip, the performance starts to fade. It's like, then what? Then what? You're wasting your time. You're wasting the other person's time.
I genuinely think though that there is a person who can see like that everybody has bad days. And I instill
Oh,
that
yeah.
with my kids constantly too, because the relationships I've been in, my bad days were diabolical to our relationship. Not necessarily my marriage, but guys that I've dated. And
Right.
it's like, well, why are you acting like that?
Right.
It's like, well, I'm allowed to have a bad day.
Right.
Like, I'm allowed to, like, things are going wrong. I'm allowed to feel a certain type of way
Yep.
without getting shit on or, like, threatened to get broken up
Yep.
with or, like, you know what I mean?
Yep. That's how Adam was with me, where I felt like I couldn't have a bad day.
Yeah.
I couldn't fumble the ball
Mhm.
at all at any point. And I do think that women in general are just more empathetic and
Oh,
understanding.
for sure. I think it's just
But,
how our
like,
brain's wired, especially as moms.
1000%. But there are men who get like, I dated like Anthony, the guy that I dated he lived like near Binghamton.
Mm.
We dated for like 9, like he was wonderful.
Yeah.
He was the most understanding. I had like some of my worst days around that
Mhm.
man, like the absolute worst. And he was so understanding and loved me regardless. We just didn't like, it just was a situation where it's hard because you find somebody who's like compatible in that way, where like he was everything that I never had in a man in terms of being like super empathetic and kind and understanding and patient and loving. But I am so like high energy and driven and motivated. And like, I felt like that's where we kind of fell off, where he was kind of this like really calm, more like complacent with
Yeah.
like where his life was. And like, and I'm just like, I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to like
There's
fire
more.
off on all
Yeah.
cylinders. And he's just like, and so like that was our thing. But I had a major breakthrough, even though, like our relationship ended up not working out and that was like my fault or my decision to end things because I just didn't feel like he was going to be able to navigate with me the life that I
Mhm.
ultimately wanted to live long term. It was a major breakthrough for me because he showed me that there are men out there who are so empathetic and understanding and patient and loving and kind. And
They'll
you
love you
can
at your
be your
worst.
raw,
Yeah.
worst self and have your bad days, and they
There are people that
love
don't.
you even more in those, not just regardless of
Yeah.
or in spite of, they love you even more because they
Yeah.
see like that's when you need it the most. And so that was a huge breakthrough for me.
Before him, you probably didn't even think they existed.
Never. I never had a
Yeah.
man treat me like that and love me like that when I was not at my peak performance.
Mhm. And you didn't have to be, and he still loved you.
I didn't have to be any day of the week.
Yeah.
And so, like, I will always sing that man's praises. So that was a breakthrough for me. But like dating in general, like you said, like I've been it's hard. I mean, like, and
Mhm.
it's crazy because you think it's you for a little bit, but now it's like you see. I mean, we've been talking about this male loneliness epidemic for like a while now, but
Mhm.
that Vogue article blew shit up. The Vogue article about it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend. Did you see that?
No.
Oh my God, it's been like all over the internet. I've been posting about it a lot actually. You have to read the article. This article was released like end of October. This freelancer wrote this article for Vogue and it was in the UK, but it got published in like 12 other countries
Mm.
and just blew up, and how it's like it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend because it's like women, and it's not about a man. And that's what I think what this boils down to is men who are toxic and who do have like that kind of mentality are going to take offense to things like this or conversations like this that are
Yeah.
arising. But at the end of the day, it actually has nothing to do with being a man. And like I say all the time, I'm like, I love men. I wish I didn't love men. Like, do you know how many times I've had conversations internally, like the
I just believe
dialogue,
that I
and
wish
then
I
like
didn't.
with my girlfriends where I'm like, I've thought so many times about trying to be a lesbian because I feel like my life would be
Oh,
so much easier,
yeah.
so productive.
Or
If
just
I had a
not, like,
woman
wanting
partner,
love. You're like, "I would be good."
just asexual,
I'm good.
but like I
Sign
love
me up.
men.
Yeah, I know. I totally understand what I
So when I talk about this kind of stuff, it's not like, oh, she hates men. Like she's a man hater. No, I just hate bad men. Like I hate toxic men. I hate
and
men
we have
who,
a type.
oh, we sure do.
Yeah. And that has been, the demise of dating, and that's why I just hadn't.
Yep.
Because I know what's next.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, as soon as I start dating somebody, it's like, "Yeah, all right, there's gonna be something."
Yep.
Like, I get in a couple months in, and I'm like, "There's gonna be something."
Yeah, but see, so I was doing that up until a couple months ago where I was like, I'm healed, I'm healing, I'm getting better, which it's a gradual process. It's
Oh.
definitely not like an overnight, like you
Oh
wake
my
up one
god.
day and you're like,
I'm at almost a year of just, like,
yep,
no shit anymore. Today, I'm in my car, like, driving here, and I'm like, I would have never done something like it's like every day there's something,
yep,
and that's, like, makes me wanna go to the next day 'cause I'm
yep.
like, "Okay, what am I gonna
It's
learn about myself the next day?"
the evolution, truly.
It's
It's like when you're in
it's
the heat of
insane.
it, I can say for me, most days when I'm in the heat of it, I feel like, am I making progress? Feeling stuck, feeling like,
Yeah.
where am I going here? What's my path here? Like, but when I look back, when I stop and I look back on where I was 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a
Even
year
last week.
ago, 2 years ago, I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit, Tori, you are a different person.
Mhm.
The choices that I'm making today are choices that
Nothing
I
you
would
would have ever done.
never, and
Yeah.
in the best way possible.
Yeah.
The respect I have for myself, the clarity that the lens that I just view
Respect for
everything through,
yourself is huge because
that's
I
it.
didn't have that, especially after my divorce. Because even my ex-husband, he I was telling you before, we never fought.
Right,
He was great to me and he was a great father. We just weren't good together
right,
as like a partner basis.
right.
So going from that, where I never worried about cheating, lying, staying out, like we never even had a discussion about any
Yeah.
of those things. So going from that to the dating pool and the men that I happen to
Fall
be
into the hands
attracted
of.
to,
Yeah.
unfortunately, did all those things. So it was like I had no respect for myself because I was so caught up in like trying to figure out why they're doing this to me.
But
Like,
that's again going back to like, remember I said earlier, before we started recording where I was like, I was always the type of woman who was like, I would see the little bits and pieces of the red flags, but I would be like, easy peasy. I can change
It's like
them,
pink,
fix
red.
them. Right. I'm like, I can deal with this.
It's not
This
red
is
yet.
now I see like the faintest hint and I'm like, nope, not my response. It is not my responsibility to change anybody but myself.
But that in itself is huge.
Right. But I didn't get there until literally 2 months ago.
Yeah. I finally am comfortable now, especially with not dating, that I don't have any desire to change somebody.
Because you can't though. Like
Correct.
that's the thing. It's like you can't.
Yes, correct. And I've also dated guys, like, not even giving them any form of credit, but like I wasn't a great person post-divorce, like
Right.
up until a year and a half ago. Like they tried to change me to
Right.
make me a better person. And I think you can even say, like, you're not going to change unless you want to.
Nobody's changing for anybody but
Correct.
themselves until you yourself get to a
Correct.
point where you start feeling the negative effects of your toxic
Yes.
behaviors, your bad decisions.
Mhm.
You are not going to change. I don't care if it's for the love of your life, for your children, for like
Anything.
you have to want to do it for yourself.
Yes.
Nobody can hold a gun to your head and say, you need to change or
You can lead
X,
a
Y, and
horse
Z.
to water all day. You cannot make them.
Amen. And like I've always
'Cause it's
preached
not
that
gonna-
though. But I didn't realize that like I was
yeah.
enabling.
Yes,
I was
know.
the one that kept leading the fucking
Mhm.
horses to the water, knowing they weren't going to drink, and I kept doing it over and over.
I was the problem.
Right.
But at that time I was like, I'm not a
I'm the problem.
I'm great. Like you should love me. But I didn't believe that.
Mhm.
And I think they tried to lead me to water multiple times. And I'm just like, no.
I'm good.
And I've probably given good guys like a run for their money.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, thanks.
Yeah.
But it was my own.
Yep.
It was my own shit.
Right. And that's the thing. I think that's why taking this alone time for me has been the best thing I could have done
For everybody
because
involved.
I could have never made the developments like emotionally,
Mhm.
just like character wise that I made when you have somebody else there kind of clouding those
Oh, for
things
sure.
in the picture. Like I even say now, like I'm like, if I were as strong as I am today mentally and emotionally, and because of that strength, like I'm so much more level headed now. Like I don't have these crazy reactions. I don't fly off
The
the handle. I
patience,
don't
yeah.
have I'm like, maybe Adam and I would have like been able to like be a better fit for one another.
Yeah.
I think it was just like we were both just like too deep in our own shit that it was like quicksand. Do you know what I'm saying? It was
Oh,
like
God, yeah.
the harder you try to like wriggle your way out of
deeper
it,
you
the
go.
deeper it
Yeah.
sucked you down.
Yeah.
And like that's how I started feeling like the end of our marriage was, where it was like he loved me, he wanted it to work. I loved him, I wanted it to work, but we were so both stuck in this pit of our own quicksand that then it was like we couldn't. How do you make something work with another person when you're at war with yourself?
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
And so
I don't think any relationship could be successful if you're not okay with yourself.
you can't. But I didn't understand that at the time.
You don't when you're in it.
And I don't, and
Nobody does.
like, again, like, I'm not trying to give him any sort of pass for certain things that maybe he did or said or the ways that he treated me, but I do. I'm a very understanding and like empathetic and, analytic type of person. So I'm always going to step back from a situation, especially once I've hit this point of clarity, and kind of be like, what role did I play in this?
Yeah.
And how could
That's
it have,
huge.
do you know what
That
I
is
mean?
to be able
Well,
to
yeah, because I never would
reflect.
have done 2 years ago. I would have been like,
No.
I didn't do
Yeah.
anything
No,
wrong.
he's awful.
Yep.
He's a terrible person. Yeah, no.
And so like I will always, regardless of how other people feel about it, I'm always gonna stand on, the understanding or the concept that like I believe it does take two to tango.
for sure.
And I have to take a step back and like look at my role in
Mhm.
it and how, I could have negatively impacted it. It's unfortunate, but it's like that's life. And I've learned so much and have made so much progress moving forward. But now it is trying to navigate this like, so where do I go from here? So now I'm
next.
out of the divorce, healed, moved on. Everything is like, done and
Mhm.
complete and kaput. but it's like I do feel like I'm in this kind of state of like purgatory almost. Not to say it hasn't been good for me, because I've learned a lot
Yeah.
about myself and have grown and developed a lot. But I definitely have days where I feel like, how long am I going to be here?
Yeah. I just had this conversation with my like best friends on Sunday. I was like, this is the longest I've been single since
Right.
I was probably 16 years old. And I'm like, well, like, I don't want to get like too comfy.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be
Because I feel like
alone.
sometimes when you're alone for too long, it's like my mom right now is like, I'm good for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And like, I'm
and,
proud
some
of
days I
her.
have that. Some days I'm like, I'm good. Like, if it happens, it happens. Great. But like, I'm not going to.
Not seeking it out.
Correct. And I like, but my friend, she's like, well, Anna, you don't leave your house though.
Yeah. So like, how are they going to find you?
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't go out to bars anymore. And
Yep.
if I do, it's like during the day because I want to be home by 5. And like, she's like, well, who do you expect?
They're going to come knock on your door.
Yeah. She's like, is there like a line outside? And I'm like, well, no. And she's like, well, then you can't expect to find somebody.
I know. But I'm the same way. I'm like, if it's meant to be, it will happen. But then I'm literally like,
Yeah.
where? I go to the grocery store 3 times a week, and like, that's about it.
I'm at the gym, same time every day, same 20 people. I'm at the grocery store, same time, twice a week, same people.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know where I'm going to meet this person, but.
And it's hard because like I was telling you, like, what's your experience with the dating apps?
I've been on one.
Okay.
And it was about a 48-hour.
Quick stick.
Yeah. I don't even think the app really had time to be on my phone.
No.
I was also humbled very quickly. There were some men on there that I was offended.
The audacity.
Yeah.
Right? The audacity. Like, you have you think I'm on your.
And I don't have myself on this like crazy high pedestal of like, I should be with.
No. But
it's kind of like black and white.
There's a line.
Because there was some, and just with like the comments, and I'm like, does that ever work with anybody?
Let alone
like, I didn't even have comments in my app, like on my profile. And you just come out guns blazing.
It's wild. I wish some of these men, I was like, I wish I had that level of confidence.
Just said that to somebody the other day. I'm like, I want an ounce of it. An ounce, because I wouldn't dare.
The audacity.
Some of the shit that these men say.
I was the same way. I would like go through these kind of, I guess, like phases over the last couple of years where it was like, because like you said, how else am I going to meet somebody?
Correct.
Because I don't leave my house or my yard.
And the app's on your phone, so you don't have to leave your house or your.
Right. So it's like
anywhere. Really.
I don't go out. I don't just like go out to bars and like go out to whatever. Like, I'm not like on the scene. I'm not a social person. I'm a homebody. I'm here digging in the dirt 5 months out of the year, or I'm working around my house, or I'm hanging out with my kids, or I'm hanging out at home with people or in people's homes, but I'm not like a.
Well, dating as a single mom in general is like, okay, so do you have 2 hours on Friday?
Literally.
I can't be out late.
Literally.
So I have to get my kids at Saturday.
Or even if I don't have them Saturday night, I got to pick them up early Sunday morning.
Yes.
So then like I can't.
I have 3 hours on Tuesday. Can we fit something in? Like, it's just, and it takes a special person to be able to accommodate you in a sense.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. It's like, it definitely has to be somebody who's, really into you and like committed to figuring it out. But the dating apps for me, aside from being just way too overwhelming.
Overwhelming is a great word.
I would be on it for like literally, like you said, 24 to 48, and immediately just like by the second day was like, I can't do this.
I'm done.
Like, this is so overwhelming, and I can't. It was just too much. And the couple times that I did sign up for them and spend like a couple days on them, I was meeting guys that were out of the area. And then that sucked because it's like I met like a couple good, like really good guys that I like really liked.
Now what?
But it's like
sometimes, but like you can't really build.
Like, you could if it was like if all the right pieces were aligned
up.
But
stars
like
would have to be
it
perfect.
had to have been very, very aligned.
A unicorn
type
situation.
And so then that was hard because then it's like, okay, well, what do we do here? Like, it's just a casual thing, but then,
But there's more, but
but like
there
we're
can't
feeling
be.
differently, but there
Yeah.
can't be
Yeah.
more than a casual thing. So
Yeah.
we have to try to just keep it casual. And then, so like, it was just, yeah. And like I said, the like couple guys that I did meet on apps or like have, a more casual relationship, like
Mhm.
wonderful guys. I still talk to this day, have a great relationship with, very respectful. But
I'm glad you had a better experience.
well, I was just also very like, well, it's funny for me too, because I think people thought I was crazy for putting my Instagram handle in my dating profile app.
My God, I would never,
So for me,
never.
because like, so for me, it's like, that's the test.
Like, this is me.
Oh yeah, because like I am like my social media is me,
Yeah.
right? So you're
You're not
seeing
sugarcoating.
oh, no.
No.
And so
you're
you're
not playing a
seeing my life
narrative on
with
it. Yeah.
like my home life. I'm talking about, like my kids, the chaos of everything going on, talking about situation with, my past relationships or my ex. I'm posting, I mean, you don't know what you're getting on any given day on my stories.
So
Like,
here you go.
so it's like literally like, oh, you thought I was pretty on Bumble? Like, you thought I was
had a
real
really
cute?
bad day yesterday.
You thought I was real
Go
cute?
enjoy.
Go follow my Instagram account. See
Yeah.
how you feel about me
Yeah.
then.
I
It
don't think
literally
that's a
was
bad
like the
thing, though.
gauntlet. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, you guys passed phase 1.
Go.
Here's my Instagram account.
Yeah.
Follow me for a couple of weeks and see if you still like what
See
you
if you
see.
still to dinner on Thursday night and let me know.
It works.
I mean,
Because a lot of guys would be like, oh, fuck no. Like,
she
like,
scary.
she's a lot.
But I don't even think
But I don't want those guys.
No, yeah.
I am intimidating because I'm a strong, outspoken,
Yeah.
secure woman. So
Yeah.
a lot of guys don't want that. They want like a pretty face and like a, but guys start seeing like, oh wait, you're pretty and
Yeah.
you're smart and you're like really capable. Like you can like
And you have your own shit.
do all of these things
Yeah.
and you own your own home and you pay your own bills and you don't rely on literally any
Mhm.
man for anything. Like that, unfortunately, to a lot of men in today's world, in today's society,
Yeah.
is intimidating because they feel like a lot of their value
It's
is
diminished.
but because they've been believed or they've been taught to believe that like how much a child or a woman needs them is equivalent to like where they're valued at.
Yeah.
It's like how can they care for and provide and be of service too? But that's the thing. It's like just because financially
Mhm.
a woman doesn't need you or she doesn't need you to like do all the housework for her or like build her things or pay for her bills does not mean that she doesn't need you like emotionally.
I mean, I'm not
physically.
I'm not like you with building anything. I have 16 holes in my wall from hanging a curtain.
Yeah, I'm like who knows, my brain
But I'll
is.
try.
But
try
you're a
every
very
day.
independent, like
Yeah.
very self-sufficient woman. And that is intimidating
Yeah.
to a lot of men because I think that I think that like today, the way I kind of see it is like you can be really beautiful or you can be like really smart and, independent and self-sufficient, strong-willed and like, or you can just be like funny and like a good, fun person.
Yeah.
But when you're like a triad of those things where you're like
you have a
pretty,
Yeah.
you look good, you are confident, you're smart,
Mhm.
you are self-sufficient, and you have like a personality that's not like talking to like a brick wall.
Yeah.
That's intimidating to a lot of men because they're measuring themselves up to you and saying like, well,
Where can I fit?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be like that.
No. And I mean, I feel like I have met guys, especially like recently since I'm in like my headspace that I'm at.
Right.
I've met certain guys who don't like, they look at me and they're not like, oh God.
But it's because you're mentally in the
Yeah.
right place. And that's what I've found is once you get out of your head and think like,
Yeah.
I'm too much, I need to dim my light or tone it
Yes.
back or like shrink
100%.
myself down to make myself more appealing to men.
And to fit into their world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had experiences like recently where like everything that I bring to a table, whether it be a male saying this or a female saying this, they're like, that's incredible.
Yes.
Like, I love that you're a
Yes.
good mom, that you pay your bills, that you
Yep.
hustle, you do shit for yourself. And I've never had that before. But I think, like you said, I'm not changing anything about me anymore. Like, I did it for so
Mhm.
long. And I think when you're a mom at such a young age, you don't even have time to adjust.
No.
Like, you're just thrown into it, especially at a young age. Like, I didn't know who the hell I was
No.
at 21. I don't even, I feel like I know who I am now.
But that's going to be a constant evolution.
Yes, which is exciting.
Right.
In a way. And I always looked at it as like when I was in high school, I would think of somebody in their 30s. I'm like, they got it all together.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have shit together at all.
Like, I feel like I'm in the right, I'm going in the right direction,
Yeah,
but I
I'm
still feel like
comfortable.
I'm not even anywhere close to where I'm meant to be in my life
Correct.
at the age of
Correct.
37, which is crazy to say now.
I think I am at peace with my life, which is a
Right.
place that I never thought I'd be at. But I think, like, looking to my future, I'm okay where I'm at, but yeah, I would like more.
Yeah, but I think that's the other really important thing, is to like be in the moment and accept the process for what it is and know that it's
And
a
enjoying it.
process, and not be immediately just like, I need the next thing. I need
What's
the
the
next thing. I
next?
need the
Yeah.
next thing. I need the next thing, and living in it.
Yes.
Whether it's like the good days, the bad days, you know,
For
the
sure.
days where you feel like you're making a ton of progress, or you're, you know, you're being really successful, or or like the days where you are like feeling like you're falling behind, taking
Yeah.
2 steps back. Like, what's going, it's like feeling all of it and being fully present in all of it. And I think that what I've learned is that, like you said, you started noticing a difference once you got into this certain mindset of how the people that you started surrounding yourself with responded to you. And I think that really speaks on how like manifestation, and I've been reading so much about this, and I've been like, you know, really trying to get myself in the right headspace, but it's not about what you want in life. It's not about saying like, I want this, so I'm going to manifest it because I want it. It's about
Take it out. Yeah.
it's about getting your head right and being the person that you need to be to receive those things. So it's not just saying like, I want, you know, to be super successful and be making $200,000 a year and have this and have that, and I want a man that's going to treat me well. It's like, you need to focus more on, I mean, yes, manifest it, speak it out to the universe, but like use most of that energy to like turn it inward and worry about making sure that like you are the person that you need to be emotionally and mentally
Yeah.
to actually have those things and receive those things. And I think that's when you start to see the universe bring those things and
Correct.
bring those people
100%.
into your life, because there could be things that the universe has planned out for you, that it's like written in your stars, but you're not going to get it until the universe sees that you are ready for it. So they could be sitting there holding it, watching you, being like, it's
Waiting
here,
on
but
you,
she's
babe.
not ready.
Waiting on you, babe.
She's not ready. She's still got to fix this. She's
Yeah.
still got to fix that.
And I genuinely believe that because of the work and time that I put into myself over the last year. Like, the relationships that I have now with my friends, my kids, my parents, everything is very good.
Yep.
And it's very like,
Aligned.
I'm good.
Mhm.
Like, there's not one thing in my life right now where like I'm so pinpoint on changing.
Yeah, or it's feeling like toxic, or like it's like a
Yes.
bad negative energy
Yeah.
or weighing you down. I feel the same way.
Even if it's just like friendships that I've made recently or like in the last year,
Mhm.
they have helped me.
Because you're more aligned
Yeah.
with who you are now. So now
Yeah.
you are able to seek out the right relationships
And-
for you.
And I think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably have weeded out friends.
So many.
Yeah. And I look back on like the group that I was with, like friends a couple years ago, even 2, 3, 4
Yep.
years ago. I really don't talk to them anymore at all. Like, I wish them well. Like, I have no ill will towards them. But I remember somebody saying to me, I was like, this was 3 years ago. And I was like, at a point, I hated everything about my life other than my kids.
Yep.
And I wasn't a good mom. I tried my best.
Yeah, but you were doing what you could given the
it was-
situation.
Yeah. Mentally, I was just not well.
Yep.
And I was talking to somebody about this, and she was like, would you be friends with yourself? Like, if somebody like exactly
Wow.
like you, would you be friends with you? And I will never forget that,
It
because
just gave me goosebumps. Yeah.
because I was like, no.
No.
I hated myself, like, to the point of I had the best hair, the nails, clothes,
Mhm.
everything, because I had this like uniform or costume
Mhm.
on to try to mask everything that was inside me, but I couldn't stomach myself,
Mm.
everything about me. And she said that, and I looked at her and I was like, yeah, I would be friends with myself. And she's like, but would you though? Like, if you were friends with somebody and you were
Yeah,
watching
that's
them do
crazy to think.
everything that you are doing, would you be like, I want to be her
Mhm.
friend? And I'm like, no, not even in the slightest. I wouldn't want to be her
Yep.
friend. And I think that was
That
just
was like
like
a turning point for you.
yeah. And I still think to this day, every single day, I think about that. And I look at myself and I'm like, do I want to be her friend? Like,
Yep.
would I ever want to be? And I'm so proud of that person.
That is, I think that's like such a powerful thing. And I truly think that every person at some point in their life has to come to like
Oh,
that
God, yeah.
internal conversation with
Yeah.
themselves. And
Mhm.
until you do, you haven't fully done the work. Until you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, like, do you actually like who you see? Like, not just physically or not just like the surface level stuff. Like,
You can spend hours in a gym, you can spend thousands of dollars to look a certain way, but I mean, even on like my worst day now, it's
still better.
still better than my best
Yep.
day years ago.
And I think that I feel the same way, and I do feel like that energy, like, energy does not lie,
No, I agree.
right? And so, like, now more than ever, like you said, now you've found that you're having interactions with people where they're like, having like such like a positive response and reaction to
Mhm.
who you are as a person and like what you bring to the world and the things that you do. Like, I always thought I was like a likable,
Yeah. I mean, anybody could be.
whatever.
Yeah.
But like the energy that I carry now, and I'm only saying this because of the responses and
Mhm.
reactions that I have received from people. I put myself in a room with literally anybody now, whether it be like a group of people or like I'm with somebody and we're at a party or an event and I'm meeting their friends or I go on a date with somebody and like the feedback that I get from these people, I'm not asking for it. It's just like coming to me being like, "You are the most amazing person I've ever had a
You're incredible.
conversation with in
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
Like, you're incredible. Like, your energy was so unbelievable. I left this conversation with you feeling like you like made me like want to be a better person.
Yeah.
Like you like made me feel
They view
like
things differently.
it would in some way, shape, or form, it had like an impact on them
Good one too.
and a good one, a
Yeah.
positive one. And I never had responses like that from people, up until
Recently.
more recently.
Mhm.
And so the energy doesn't lie. You can say what you want all day long about yourself. I'm healed, I'm this, I'm that, I'm doing great.
Incredible.
But when your energy is speaking to
Yes.
people and they're responding to you like that, and they're feeling that energy and feeding off of it, I feel like that's when you really know, like, I actually have done a lot of work here and I
Yeah.
actually have made like a tremendous amount of
And it's crazy
progress.
because that type of validation is so different than the validation I used to try to look for.
Oh my gosh, right?
And now, like, when a man, a woman, anybody, even like my dad saying he's proud of me, like that means so much more to me than somebody saying, wow, you look
You're
hot.
so beautiful.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
no, like I could care less about like the physical compliments anymore. It's the,
Care less. Because listen, I know
yeah.
I own mirrors.
Yeah. I look at myself daily.
I know I
Yeah.
look pretty good for
Yeah.
37 years old,
Yeah.
but that doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not anymore. It doesn't. And it did for a long time. And that's why I was just so like base level with my
Mhm.
life. There was no up. There was if there was, it was super high. And
Mhm.
if there was a
Super
low, it
low.
was plummeting.
Yep.
There was no like middle ground.
Even keeled.
Yeah. But I haven't, and I never thought I wanted that. Like I thought I always wanted like a high low, like because that's what
The
I've always
spikes
had.
and yep.
Yeah, with every relationship, friendship, boyfriends, parents, everything.
The high,
like,
high highs and then the low, low lows, and they
yeah,
keep you on your toes and they keep things exciting.
fight or
Like,
flight mode
yep.
constantly.
I lived in
And
fight or flight my whole entire life.
same.
Whole life until
Same.
a year ago.
Yeah. So I think now it's like, okay, you're at like a totally different mindset. And the people that I have in my life right now, like they're my corner.
Yeah.
They're my people. Whether it's my family, my friends, my boss, anything, like they are my people. And I have the best relationships with them now. And it's because I can stand to look at myself.
It's because you have yourself in the
Yeah.
right headspace to attract the right people who are meant for you. And I don't know how anybody could expect to attract the right people who are meant for them, whether it be romantically or friendship wise or anything else, if you are not portraying yourself
Yeah.
as the real person that you are, or if you haven't done the work that you need to do on yourself yet. And so, like you said, I'm the same way. Like, am I right now where I like ideally like want to be in life? No.
But it's really nice, like, knowing that there is more.
That's
And
where
you're
that's
so
the thing.
good where you're at.
I feel like I've done so much work and have made so much progress, continue to make so much progress. And so for me, that I feel like all I need at this point to kind of keep going.
And it's not even like that's all. Like, that's a lot.
Oh, it's
That's what people, like, dream of that.
a lot. Yeah.
Like, you can't, like, discredit, like, but I'm where I'm
Right.
at. Like,
Right.
no, you went through leaps
Right.
and bounds and everything, highs, lows, everything to be even keel.
Right.
And
honestly, I honestly never thought that I was ever going to feel this level of peace or contentment within myself
never thought in my
entire life. Like, I thought I was going to experience certain things, I'll feel a sense of relief or freedom from the situation that I was in,
Yeah.
but I never thought I would feel just so okay with my life being what it is and just open to whatever comes next and focusing more on how to continue to work on myself and improve myself rather than trying to control the outcome of, because I think when you just focus on working on yourself, then that dictates
For
what
sure.
the outcome is going to be. And my focus was always the opposite. Instead of fixing the things about myself or the things that I should have been worried about fixing or adjusting or working on, I was just trying to control
everything else.
everything around me without worrying about myself.
I told you earlier, like, when you do that with everything in your life, you lose who you are.
Yeah.
You try to fix all these other things, whether it's men, friendships, whatever, and every time you try to do that, you just
A little bit more, you slips away.
it just cuts a piece of you off.
And isn't it crazy how
you
it
have
feels like the
nothing.
more you try to control the
less
situation, the
control you
less
have.
control you actually have? Why does it take so long to like actually figure that out?
My dad has told me since I was a child, only worry about what you can control. And that's like my motto now. I wish
I'm the
did
same
that
way.
years-
Again, I never could
you can't
could chew on that.
you can't wrap your head around that, because I'm like,
Why wouldn't I try to control my situation in my life?
I feel like that's a normal human response until you actually go through it. And unfortunately, like us, we just went through it a lot more.
Right.
But I don't discredit anything that I have gone through, because I would take me any day now over the person I was 5 years ago.
1000%.
So, I mean, if I have to go through all that shit again to get to who I am today, I would in a heartbeat. I won't even think twice about it.
I'm the same way, which is crazy to say, like, to think about it, because I can't imagine going through all of those things again
like,
that I
you
went
don't
through.
want
Like, you don't.
to.
It's not
like, yes, I mean,
if it meant
getting to
where I am today with who I am as a person,
I would
mind, heart, body, soul, I would do it again.
in the same way, especially like when I look at my kids now.
That's it. That's the number one indicator for me. Number one.
My kids want to be around me now.
Mhm.
Like, and I remember there was a point in their life, like probably a couple years ago, like they really didn't care to be around me.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is just like a stage of life. Like, this is the ages that they're at,
Yep.
blah, blah, blah. They're older now and they want to be around
you more.
24/7. And they're like my people.
Right.
And I never thought I was going to have, especially a few years ago, I hated myself.
Yep.
I don't even think they could really stand me at some point.
Well, why would my kids want to be around me?
And
I was like a shell of a human being.
Mhm. And you're a ticking time bomb.
Well, yeah.
And that's how
because I was really just in straight survival mode.
Yep.
And that's really what resulted in the end of, like, I finally said to Adam one day, I was like, I feel like I have to choose between literally being alive and being a functioning, active, normal, semi-healthy adult for my 4 children, or like trying to continue to be here, make this work with you. Because this is killing me emotionally, mentally, and then in result physically.
Yeah.
My health was
Declining.
deteriorating at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
like scary rapid. And of course, because it's stress, the doctors, they're on paper, they're like, nothing's wrong with you. I was like, I feel like I'm dying. I
You
felt like my whole
yeah.
body was shutting down
And it was, but it
system
was
by
though.
system by system, and
It
it
was.
was. But on paper, they're like, I mean, blood work's okay, like
Yeah.
scans are okay. There's no so, but it was killing me. And, so I made that choice just as much, if not more, for my children as I did for myself because I knew that I was not being a good mom to them.
Oh,
I was barely surviving. How could I take care of 4 kids and be a good mom?
the motions.
And
Mm.
I was doing those, not great even half the time.
Oh,
So why would they want to be
I
around
know.
me? They were scared of me. They were probably terrified to,
What mood
sneeze
is she gonna
around
be
me or
in?
like
Yeah.
say boo.
Yeah.
So I'm right there with you. It's like my relationship with my kids today is so healthy and it's so much different.
It's the
And I'm
best feeling.
seeing that seep into, I think it's easier to be biased and look at your
Mhm.
own kids and be like, they're doing great. But like you said, when you said earlier that your dad said like he was proud, like
Yeah.
my dad, who I don't even have a relationship
Mhm.
with at this point, texted me last week and he was just out of the blue. He was like, I just want to let you know the little bit that I do get to see the kids, particularly Luca and Serafina, or be around them, just the way that they have developed in their character and their demeanor. And, they're just so sweet and they're such good people and they're excelling in school and sports and excelling
Mhm.
in every facet of their life, honestly,
Aspects. Yeah.
making good decisions, being respectful, responsible, smart. He's like, I'm just so impressed. Good job. And again, my dad never said, like,
Yeah.
that was one of my issues as a child growing
Mhm.
up. And one of my traumas is, my daddy issues, like not getting enough love, not getting
Yeah.
enough acceptance, like my dad not telling me he loved me enough, or, that I was doing a good job, or that he was proud of me,
Mhm.
or that he was so like for him to come and say that to me, especially when we're not even on speaking terms, really, like we
That
don't
goes
really
back to
have a
the energy
relationship,
though. It
but it
does.
does. Exactly. I'm like, because I stopped
Yeah.
worrying about, I never worried so much about the outer appearance, but really stopped worrying about what anybody thought
Yeah.
about me, the decisions I was making. I knew in that moment 2 years ago that I had to do what I had to do for myself and for my children and had to put on the blinders and do what I did and focus
Shows
just on
yourself.
me, which in turn
Yes.
benefited my
Everybody.
children.
Everybody
And
around
that's
you.
what they didn't understand. That's what my family didn't understand. They looked at me and they shunned me and they criticized me and they said, this is a selfish decision. You're
Yeah.
not thinking about your children and what's best for them. And like, if you lived in my house for 24 hours, you would know that staying in this marriage is not what is best for my children. It's
Yeah.
extremely detrimental to them because they're seeing the fighting and the way that he talks to me and
Mhm.
the turbulence between him and I. But they didn't want to chew on that. They did not want to hear it. They were like, this is selfish.
Yeah, and
You just make these brash decisions and you just do, you just
it's
make
so
these
quick to say
emotional
that though.
decisions
It's
and
so
like,
quick to say that.
it's selfish and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I knew in my head that I was making the right decision. Again, not just for me, but for them. And so again, now like fast forward almost 2 years, it's like for these people to be coming kind of back around full circle who like fully abandoned us
Uh-huh.
during the divorce and during my decision to do that and say, good job. Like, the kids, they're doing amazing. I'm so proud of them. I'm proud of you.
It's the
Everyone's doing
best
so.
feeling.
It's such a good feeling, but it has everything to do with like that energy that like you're putting out there as a result of the work that you did to yourself.
Percent.
This is just, I
That
but I'm so glad you came. Thank you so much for
I
doing this. I
appreciate you so
appreciate
much.
you so much.
You're doing amazing things.
I'm just like, I just think this is like good for, it's like therapeutic for
Oh my
me.
God.
Like I love doing this, but
Yeah.
I just think these are the conversations that like all women need to have. A lot of women are just afraid to have it with other women.
Mhm.
So I hope that hearing
Oh, I love it.
women like us have these conversations openly will just kind of, inspire and encourage other women to have the conversations, know that, they're not alone. Um, and that there's a whole tribe of us out here
That like that want
that are
every
navigating, we're raw dog in life every single day,
no pun intended, but yeah, I mean, honestly.
every
And
day.
like wishing the best for other women.
Yes,
And I think that's huge.
sincerely.
Huge.
So thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy
I
that we did
appreciate
this.
you.
All right, girl, go get those boys.
Where do you want